can I do? Won't you hear my plea? Friends may come and friends may go, but you should know that I've got your back. It's automatic, so never hesitate.
All right, so we had Galatians 4 and 16. Read it again. And I therefore become your enemy. So he asking him, am I become your enemy? He's like, listen, they did everything when he came around. They did everything. They was around each other. They kept the commandments. They corrected each other. They uplifted each other. Read on. Because I tell you the truth. That's the problem we face. We become each and everyone's enemy when that truth come out. Now, see, in the beginning, I was like, what do you consider a friend? You're like, a friend is a person that's going to stick by me, going to tell me right from wrong, that's going to do this and going to do that. That is the correct answer. But in all actuality, do we look at each other as being friends like that? No, we do not. We become enemies one towards another when we correct each other out this Bible. Paul said, am I now become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Do we now become enemies one towards another because we telling each other the truth? We tell each other the truth. Hey, you know what? You're dealing in pride. You're dealing in anger. You're dealing in lust. You're dealing in disrespect. You're not dealing with the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not applying what thus says the Lord. And now we become enemies to each other. How do we become enemies towards one another? Because we stop talking to each other. We get mad at each other. We have no conversation with each other. We can't walk. That's the problem. We can't walk. You know why? Because we always bring this scripture to play. Can two walk together except they agree? You don't agree with what this person just said about you. So now you can't walk with this person. But when there's no pressure, for you to be angry, so angry, to be upset, to be corrected, when you have no pressure in this world, yes, that is your friend. And yes, you say, you know what, I can accept the correction. But the correction that we truly accept one towards another is, you know what, sis? You shouldn't have said that to him the wrong way. We accept that. We accept correction from one another as a friend when it's not a situation between you and that person that's correcting you. But when it becomes a problem between you and that person that's correcting you, that's not your friend. That person is not your friend. That person you don't want to have no type of dealings with. You don't want to talk to this person. You don't want to watch television with this person. You don't want to deal with this person. So truly, what type of friend? How do you categorize a friend? Because the way that we categorize a friend, the Most High said he don't categorize friends like that. But that's how we categorize our friends. And see, honestly, you guys said the ultimate truth behind how friends are supposed to be. But that's not how we walk around. We pick and choose friends through what we like cornerly. You know what? We have this in common. We like the same style shoes. We like the same style clothing. We like we have the same hobbies. We have the same, we like the same drink. We eat the same food. We shop at the same place. That's how we categorize our friends. And then we say, this person is a friend to me. Why? Because this person is not making me feel bad. It's not hurting my feelings. It's not dealing with me inappropriately. We're copacetic. That's why you children, when you get to school and you don't have a problem with somebody, that becomes your friend. In all actuality, all the things that everybody just said, that is how we choose friends. That's how we choose friends. We're gonna get into let's get John 15, because Christ is gonna show us how he chose us as friends and how he looked at us as friends. John 15 and read verse 4, 15:4. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, Christ said, "Listen, abide in me." How do we abide in Christ? We keep the commandments. We use the scriptures. We say the ultimate things. This is what we these are the things that we're supposed to say. But these are the things that's how we're supposed to look at the situation. So Christ said, "Listen, follow me." That's what abide means. Stay with me. Stay within what I'm saying. Stay with what I'm trying to teach you. And I in you. So as long as you stay with Christ and applying the law, statutes, commandments, and you abide in Christ, you say, you know what? I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to abide in you. I'm going to abide in you. Read on. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself. So listen, we can't do things outside by ourselves. Have you ever been in a situation when you tried, and you're like, man, this thing just not working. And you ask somebody for help, and the first thing they say to you is, did you pray? Did you ask the Most High to help you? See, sometimes we get put and caught up in situations, we forget that first thing. When that shouldn't be the thing you forget. That should be the first thing you do. And then watch the Most High bring forth everything else. Not the last thing we do. Read on, because when we pray to the Most High, things happen. Whether it's He's going to bring forth that old faithful friend, that person that you just like, man, here we go again. This person going to correct me. They're going to tell me I'm doing something wrong. They're going to say something. That'll be that person that should be your friend. Read on. Except they abide in the vine. So he's saying, listen, Christ said you can't abide and bring forth fruit by yourself. So everybody that thinks that they can do things by themselves, Christ said, no, you cannot. Read on. Except it abide in the vine. Well, we're going to find out what that vine is. Read on. No one can eat except he abides in me. He said this, you are not going to bring forth fruit. You cannot do this thing. You cannot walk in this truth in your own way, your own mind, doing things your way, except you abide in him. And so how do we abide in Christ? We keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So that first part before that, it says, except it abide. The branch cannot bring forth fruit except it abide in the vine, right? Read verse 5. I am the vine. He said, I am that vine. Read on. Ye are the branches. So the Most High Christ, he considers us the branches, and he said he is that vine. So if branches cannot bring fruit without the vine, he's saying we cannot bring forth those righteous actions without him. Right? So jump over. So you like to decide, okay, well, what does got to do with what we're going through? Jump over to verse 15. No, verse 13. Greater love have no man than this. He's saying, listen, there is no greater love in this thing than this. So remember, he said, abide in me. When we abide in Christ, he's going to show us how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to deal, how we're supposed to walk, how we're supposed to talk, how we're supposed to behave ourselves, how we're supposed to get around in this world that's surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses and so much wickedness that it'll make your head turn around and fall off. So he's saying, listen, I'm going to show you how to deal in this thing. He said, but listen, when you get the grasp of it and you get the understanding of it, he said, no greater love than this. He says, greater love has no man than this. So a person straight say, I love this person, he say, there's no greater love than this. Even with parents towards children, the love that parents have towards children is not greater than this. The love that a husband and a wife have one towards another is not greater than this. Christ said, listen, I'm going to tell you how to get that great love. Read on. That a man lay down his life for his friend. because we are friends. So if we are friends, what is the life that we have to lay down? That's the question. What life do we have to lay down? Yes.
That life that we have to lay down is like our personal feelings for that person. So if that person helps us, everything can help with like the person tries to go to the so early, they come to the so I don't like those guys. My life aside.
Okay, that's your answer. Carlise. The question is, what are you laying down for your friends?
What am I laying down for my friends? I guess we should say like your own personal feelings because it's somebody showing you something that you're doing wrong, but then after the fact that you're supposed to be friends, you're not supposed to have any type of ill feelings towards that person because that person showed you something that you supposed to when I'm wrong. You ain't supposed to. Like you were saying in the beginning, have those type of feelings like, okay, now this person talking to me, now this person don't want to call me.
Because
they don't have any feelings with me because I don't show them something that's wrong. So then aside your personal feelings to show this person, ain't no little thoughts here between you and I. It shouldn't be because I showed you something that you shouldn't be doing.
Okay. Kenyatta, turn the mic towards you. Bring it up to me because I need to make sure that we have it.
So the question is that a man lay down his life for his friends. That's the question.
What are you laying down? Yes.
You laying down and thinking that person has come to this life, or they come to the say that hey, this is the thing, where you know from the Bible. I said, somebody was like if somebody was coming to you to lay down your life because someone coming to you telling you that they're offended or something, or they don't like it, something that you're doing or something you're saying, then you're willing to put those things aside and put those things down for that person.
Okay.
And stop.
Right. That's the end part. The laying your life down for your friends is you stop doing things that's offending you. That's the laying your life down. You're not going to do things that is offensive. So say, for instance, I come to you and I tell you that I don't like the fact that you, it don't matter. They telling you, she said her question is, what if they get offended over stupid stuff? The problem is, if it's stupid to you because it shouldn't, you feel like what you're doing should not affect this person. But when something that you're doing is affecting the next person, it's causing the next person to be angry, to be sad, to be frustrated, whatever that situation may be, that's causing this person's spirit to change and get out of order, Christ said you're supposed to lay that down. Yes. I know she's saying the stupid stuff. She's talking about like, what if they don't like food that you eat? I don't understand that question. Because how is somebody getting offended because you eating food? If somebody's getting offended because you eating food, if you're eating something that that person cannot eat, in front of her. So, okay, so she asking a question. So say, for instance, a person don't eat meat, and you're eating meat in front of them, or bread, or chips, or whatever, and you're eating those things in front of them, and they get mad. Should you stop eating that because they are getting offended? No. That person needs to learn to remove themselves. It has nothing to do with it. This food that it's talking about is talking about your spirit, your attitude, something that's causing a person to get out of sync. That's something that's causing a person to break the law, statutes, and commandments. See, now we don't want to take this situation and now we come with foolish questions, because the Lord said avoid foolish questions. But in this class there are no foolish questions. It's just that we don't understand. But let me read it again. John 15:13. Greater love has no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. So the part of the laying down his life that he's talking about is you putting aside things that are offensive to that person, and you giving them. So say, for instance, I was bringing an example that says, I need everybody to pay attention, because I'm trying to break it down the best way I can. If you're flipping and you're looking, you're not going to understand. It's going to go right over your head. That part of laying down your life is if you are doing something that you don't think is breaking the law, but it's causing your family member to be upset at you. Prime example. Women, the husbands, you trying to explain the situation to your husband, and he like, I don't like it. And he corrects you about it. In your mind, you're like, I don't get it. I was just asking him a question, like the question that you brought up. You didn't understand it, but it causes you to be separated. Well, if it's causing you to be separated from your husband, Christ said, lay that down, because that is supposed to be your friend. And it's causing you to have division. And Christ said we're not supposed to be divided one towards another. We're supposed to love each other. What's love? Keep the commandments towards one another. So if you're doing something that your friend don't like, stop. That's what he's saying. Listen, greater love than no man than this, that he laid down his life. Meaning he laid down the things that is causing division between him and his friend. Whether it's talking back, whether it's being so angry, whether it's yelling, whether it's cursing, whether it's what else? What else? Yelling, so angry. Because a lot of times people, like us women, we think that the way that we say things to the husband is just like, I'm just really saying it. But to them, it feels like it's disrespect because of the tone of voice that you may use, the choice of words that you may use. So within yourself, instead of pushing how you are on this person, like, there's nothing with the way I said this. This is me. Accept it. Learn to change it so that you guys can continue to walk as one. Do you understand? Children, do you understand what I'm saying? Hold that, yes, hold that and get Proverbs 17. Go ahead. Your question has to be heard.
So you know how like sometimes so it's like I don't like when you start cancer. Like with one of like you said, I don't like when you start cancer, but women, they make more. I'm gonna use myself as sarcasm is something that bothers me. And so what I try to do what I've learned to do is, if that person is not saying something wrong, or if that person is not, doing something wrong, I'll tell myself that, it ain't nothing wrong with it. That person didn't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, is it worse every time you offended or every time somebody says something the way that you feel sarcastic, saying something to them like, hey, I didn't like it, hey, it's sarcastic, hey, I didn't like it, hey, it's sarcastic, or not just it?
You said, is it worse?
Like, well, I mean, like, every single time, like, you offended and everything person says, if you feel like this person is sarcastic or things they say, whether it's serious topics or whether it's, you just talking about anything. Or I had to correct myself and tell myself, hey, listen, being easily offended, nothing, this person ain't doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so, after a long time, I fixed it within myself to say, that's thinking easy, because this person ain't meaning it. Ain't meaning it like this.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, like, I know that offenses don't come. Like, you're going to be offended about certain things. But, like, in things like that, it's worse, like, saying something every single time that you feel, like, if you feel some type of way like this, say something sarcastic.
Okay. It depends on the person, and it depends on how you bring it. If it's causing you to have ill feelings, then yes, you have to say something. Because ill feelings is going to go into grudge. But I will show you what the scriptures say. Ecclesiastes 10. In Ecclesiasticus, yes, in the Apocrypha. 10 and verse 6.
Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong.
Read that one more time.
Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong.
It says bear not hatred. What does bear mean? Bear means to carry. Carry not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong. Everything the person do something wrong to you, you carry hatred. It's causing you not to like it. It's causing you to feel some type of way. It's causing you to grudge. It's causing you to think about it. And then the next time that this person do something, you're going to think about the last time. And that's going to add on to the last time. But then you think to yourself, I ain't going to trip off of it. But it's causing you to change. No, we're not supposed to bear hatred one to our neighbor for everything that they do. We're not supposed to bear hatred at all. But see, what we think it is I'm just trying to protect myself. I'm just trying to watch out for the next time. We don't think that it's hatred. The Lord called it hatred. Because every time that this person comes into your presence, every single time this person does something, it grieves your spirit. Christ said that's hatred. If you have a person that everything that they do and every single thing they do, everything they say something, it bothers you and pulls you out of the spirit, the Lord says that's hatred. You need to begin to deal with that situation because the Most High is going to get you for carrying that hatred. So what you need to do is deal with the situations that bother you, but do it in a spirit of meekness. Remember, we talked about meekness. Meekness is not saying something in a certain tone of voice. Meekness is dealing with a situation in the fashion that's giving the person a pass. It says in meekness, enduring injury with patience and without resentment. In dealing with that person and correcting that person without resentment, even though your feelings may be hurt, or even though that you may be in a situation that it may hurt your feelings. Correct that person without having to show forth your resentment. That's hard to do. Because our counseling, the Lord said that our counseling shows the change in our heart, right? But it also says not willing to argue or express your own opinion in a forceful way. When we're dealing with each other and somebody do something that we don't like, tell them that you don't like it. But do it in a fashion that is not going to offend that person, edify that person, and say, you do this all the time, and I realize that it has become a habit, and I realize that it's becoming something that you think is just your lingo or the way you do it. You may mean it in a different way, but this is the way it's coming out. Now, the way I'm saying it now, only most I know is that it don't come out like that. It's not going to come out like that when you are offended. But what you have to do is learn to channel it and not be so much trying to force that correction on the person, because it becomes disrespectful. But just tell the person, I don't like it. What you do, I don't like it. With everything that lies in you, without attitude, without trying to do it, without arguing about the situation, but just, tell that person. You understand? So Proverbs, where we at? Ecclesiastes 10 and, right. So lose that. So does that answer your question? Does that help with understand what you're saying? Did I answer your question? Sure? Yes. Okay. Proverbs 17 and verse 9.
He that covers a transgression seeks love.
So what is that love talking about? This is what Christ was talking about. John 15. Greater love than no man than this. It says, he that covers a transgression seeketh love. You're seeking the love of your neighbor by covering that transgression. What is that covering talking about? You're going to get rid of that transgression. You're going to get rid of that thing, because you see that it's separating you and your friend. You see that this is causing a problem between you and your friend. So it says he that covers the transgression, meaning he that get rid of this transgression. Why is it a transgression? Because it's a problem that is caused between you and another person. It becomes a transgression. It becomes a break in communication. It becomes a halt in communication, because we stop dealing with each other according to the law, statutes, and commandments. If you are a type of person that do not want that thing to stop, then you have to cover that transgression. I mean, you have to stop what this person does not like. Because you're trying to do what? What does it say? Seek it love. You're trying to seek the love of that person. And in seeking the love of that person, you're trying to change something that they don't like about you. So if a person is constantly telling you that they don't like something about what you're doing, it's your responsibility to change it. Read on.
But he that repeated a matter separated very friends.
And you don't understand why this person is not loving towards you. This person is not affectionate towards you. This person, when they talk to you, it appears as if they're grieved. Or it appears as if they have a problem, or snobby, or attitude-ish, whatever the situation may be. It says, read it again.
But he that repeated a matter.
That is because you are repeating a matter that this person does not like. You know what you think you're doing? You think you being you. That's your problem. you being you. And your friend is trying to tell you, I don't like that about you. That part of you makes you ugly. That part of you makes you disrespectful. That part of you makes you break the law. That part of you has separated us. But we still sit and say we want people to accept us and love us and embrace us and still call us friends when we being me? No. That is separating you. Why? Because in your mind, you being you, you're not going to change you, which means that you continue over and over and over, you're separating your friend. You're separating between you and your friend. And don't dare correct you about it. Because now, that goes back. Are we truly friends? Because friends are going to correct each other and tell each other. Remember the answers that you all brought out in the beginning. And don't dare correct you about a fault that you have in the midst of you being you. Because now, that person is not your friend. This person is somebody that you don't like. When that person is truly being your friend, according to the answers that everybody gave, a person that is there for me, the person that is going to show me right from wrong, a person that's going to tell me when I'm doing something wrong, show me when I'm doing right, correct me, embrace me, X, Y, and Z. But at that moment, when you being you, is that person your friend? Hell no, that person ain't your friend. Paul said, am I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Yep. When we begin to tell each other the truth, we become enemies. Yes, we do. That person does not become your friend. We have it backwards, my friend. That's backwards. That's backwards. The person that tells you the truth in the midst of you going off, that's your friend, not your enemy. Not your enemy. If a person is correcting you and telling you how to better you, that is not your dang gum enemy. That is your friend. Because remember the answers that everybody brought out? A friend is going to show me. A friend is going to correct me. A friend is going to lead me. A friend is going to guide me. If I'm correcting you and if I'm giving you advice that this is the way you should do it, that's guiding, don't you think? What's guide me? Tell me. What's guide? What is the definition for guide? What is a guide? A leader. A who? A leader. What did you say? A person that directs. What else? Somebody said something else. Oh, a person that shows you. Then why does that person appear to be your enemy? Or why now does that person become they do to us? Why? Why they can't be? Okay, that's my friends. They're looking. They're my people. They look out for me. Why now that person is they do too much? I don't like that person. I can't stand that person. That person get on my nerves. That person makes me upset. That person is always in my business. Why she got to say something? Why he got to say something? What is it bothering you? Is it really bothering that person? Or is that person trying to be a friend and say, listen, I don't think you want to go in that direction. Because in that direction, there is judgment that obviously you are forgetting. Your mind has blinded you and you don't see. At the end of that tunnel, you don't get light. That dang on tunnel leads you into deeper darkness. So, Proverbs 17:9, he that covers the transgression seeketh love. So if you're trying to be loved and you're trying to become friends, you're going to stop doing the things that these people, which are supposed to be your friends, are telling you not to do. Read on. But he that repeateth the matter, you wonder why that you are not on the level with this person. Y'all don't speak, y'all don't communicate, y'all don't chit-chat, y'all don't do nothing. Is it the person that's correcting you? No, it's you. You have separated the person through your misbehavior. You got to change it. So you women that are not on one accord with your husband and they have a problem with something that you're doing, you need to change it because that is your friend. And you are separating you from your friend. Not only is that your friend, but that is your guide. That is your head. If you don't have a head, you're going to fall in the ditch. Your head, if a person cut off their head, yes, they're going to die. If a person cut off their head, you know how they put on TV a person that don't have a head, how they be stumbling all over the place? Well, guess what? If you check out a person's eyeballs, their guy has just left them. Am I right? They can't see. They don't move about this thing all kinds of crazy. Well, you women, when you separate yourselves from your husbands, that's the problem that you're going to be blinded. It's like plucking out your eyes. Yes, the problem is, yes, they have fault. And the problem is that we can't see past the small things, which is really not small things. They great things. They become great to us. We're like, how you go? Really? I see this. But that's still your guide. You take it away, where you headed? Children, your parents are your guide. They're like your eyeballs. If you pluck your eyeballs out, where you headed? If you get rid of your parents, who are your guide, where you headed? Remember that song? Headed for self-destruction. You are destroying yourself. You are headed for self-destruction. Believe it or not. You may not like the decisions that your parents are giving to you. You may not like the way they say it. You may not like the fact that they don't give into your wants that you think and your needs that you think you need. Those are your guides. You take them away, you are headed for self-destruction. You are destroying yourself because you won't let your parents guide you. Same way with you women and those that do not have husbands. If you are not allowing another sister to help guide you through this thing, through this walk, you are headed for self-destruction. Because you are following your own mind. That's why the scripture says, woe unto him that is alone. Why is that? Because a person's mind will lead them down the wrong path. That's why we have to build bonds and relationships one towards another. So who are your friends? That's a question that you need to think about. See, in the beginning, we thought about all the right things. Those were the right questions. Those were the right answers. But also, friends are people that you can have fun with. When I think about friends, I'm like, we hanging out, we friends. We're going to do things. We're going to have fun. We're going to communicate with each other. We're going to go places that we like to go. Well, we're going to have fun and embrace each other's company. But in doing so, along comes correction too. Because we got to remember that, listen, we have to continue to stay in, we have to remember to stay in the law, statutes, commandments. Hope is get Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 37. in verse 12. Friend. Friend. Read on.
But he continually would abide.
Read that again.
But he continually would abide with you, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with you if thou shalt inherit.
That's a friend. Because through it all, that person's going to be with you. And if you have a problem, they're going to be there. They're going to, when you miscarry means to have a problem. They're going to be there with you. When you sorrow, they're going to sorrow with you. But through that sorrow, they're going to have a light at the end of that tunnel. I understand you sad, but look at it this way. That's a friend. And when you continually with that person is going to make you laugh. That person is going to have fun. Y'all going to chill. Y'all going to do whatever. Who is your friend? Yes, friends are supposed to correct each other, but y'all conveniently elected to leave that out. That's a person I'm going to have fun with. A person that I'm going to be able to, sit down and chill with. See, we use that part of that mind carnally with people in the world and this is my friend. When that part should be channeled with somebody that's in the truth. Because we don't necessarily look at people in this truth as our friends. We should. All because of all the attributes that we brought out. You should see those attributes in somebody that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And that somebody is somebody that you still can have fun with. You just electing not to through this person correcting you. If you are afraid to correct a person, that is not your friend. You are not being a friend. If you are afraid to show a person that they're doing something wrong, you're not being a friend. If you are afraid because you don't want that person to look at you no type of way, you're not being a friend by hiding it. You're not being a friend. So are we being friends? Because friends do this. Friends don't matter. The friends don't care how you feel. Okay, you mad today. Oh, well, get over it. And then the next day we like, girl, I wasn't tripping off you for real. How is it that we do people in the world like that, but we can't do each other like that in the truth? That is a problem. Because your true friends lie right here with you each and every day. You women, married women, your true friend is your husband that's correcting you about every little thing that he sees and do wrong. That is your friend. Children, your parents are your friends. So let's lose that. Let's go back to 17, Proverbs 17, and verse 17. Because this is a friend.
A friend loveth at all times.
What?
A friend loveth at all times.
Okay.
And a brother is born for adversity.
What's love again? Because for some reason I think we forget. Where is it?
First John 5.
Let's get it. First John 5. Read when you get it.
First John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
Stop. I'm gonna read Proverbs 17 and 17. A friend loveth at all times. Now read 1 John 5 and 3.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
So back to Proverbs 17 and 17. So I'm going to plug in 1 John 5 and 3. A friend keepeth the commandments at all times. A friend is going to keep the commandments. So if a friend keeps the commandments at all times and they see you go off, what is that friend's responsibility? Okay, to apply them towards you. What else? To correct you at all times. It does not matter if you're not up to it. It does not matter if you're not feeling it. It does not matter if you are happy today. It does not matter if y'all straight chilling, laughing, and rolling in the street. It does not matter because this freedom keeps the commandments at all times. And if they see that you are in transgression, they are going to have to do their job. What type of friend? You. If you are a type of friend that sees your friend at all times doing something wrong and you give them that space to say they're going to get that together on their own, you are not a friend. If you are a person that has a friend and you watch your friend break the law and tell that friend that that's on them, you are not a friend. Because according to Proverbs 17 and 17, it says, a friend loveth at all times, and love is the keeping of the commandments. Morning, noon, and night. They do not break through that thing. So what type of friend are you? We're supposed to be this friend. A friend loveth at all times. Read on.
And a brother is born for adversity.
What does that mean? A brother is born for adversity.
So
when you think that you have come across a sister and it's quote unquote a coincidence, no, the scripture says that brother is born for adversity. This person is put in your life to help you through those adversities in your life. That is our reason of being born. We're not here to be born to let you handle that situation on your own. We are here and put in each other's life for a reason. And that reason is, listen, I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to help you through this thing. I'm going to show you how to overcome the problems that you are occurring. I'm sorry if the scriptures hurt your feelings. I still love you, but wrong is wrong. I got to show you that you are falling off the path. And I cannot sit back and do my job and let you do what you do and not say nothing, or else I'm going to be in trouble. Because at this point, I have become your overseer. And if I see the things that you're doing and they are wrong, I'm going to show forth my love and show you that I truly care about you and I love you, and show you that you are now going off the wrong way. So do we love each other? How do we show that we love each other? By being a true friend. Correct each other. What is the big deal? Stop taking it personal. Just show that person that this is what you're doing. And if this person is telling you that you're doing something and you're constantly doing it, and now they being offended and their correction is becoming harder and harder, you need to drop that like hot coals that just came out of somebody's barbecue grill. Because at the end of your tunnel, it's going to be darkness if you don't stop. Because we can't walk this earth being me, doing you. The Lord said his eyes, he don't think like we think. Christ said, listen, you can't do nothing without. So we was holding it. So let's go back to John and finish that off. John 15. John 15, and we were at verse 13. Read that again.
John chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love have no man than this.
So that is no greater love. than that. Than to stop doing things that is separating you and your friends. Read on.
That a man lays down his life for his friend.
That is the laying down of your life. You're stopping what is separating you from being that person's friend. You laying down. Why is it called your life? Because you feel like that's you. Because you feel like, oh, I'm being me. So you being you is part of your life, and this is how you is, and this is how you built, and this is how you equipped. The Lord said, lay that down. Lay down your life. Read on.
Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you.
So Christ said, you will become his friend when you do what he tells you. So if we're not doing what Christ is telling us according to as it is written, are we friends with Christ? No. What do we have become? Enemies. We have become enemies. That's right. Remember Paul said, am I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Why did he ask them, am I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Because they didn't like it. They began to have hatred towards Paul. They began to not like what Paul was teaching. And he was telling them the truth. And that's what we get faced with when we're dealing with each other, when we're correcting each other. We don't like it. And then we're like, it's not what you're saying. I just don't like the way you're saying it. No, you don't like the fact that I am. Period. Period. It ain't what I'm saying. It ain't how. It's not how I'm saying it. It's what I'm saying. You just don't like that I'm saying it. But that's something that you got to deal with. Because I'm still trying to be your friend. Read on.
Henceforth, I call you not servants, for the servant knows not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
Right. So Christ said, listen, I call you my friend. As long as you what? Do what I ask you to do. So if we want to become friends of Christ, we have to do what he asks us to do. If we want to become friends towards one another, we have to do what Christ told us to do. We have to abide in his friends. So let's get all that. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon. We're going to get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7. Okay. We're going to start at verse. We're going to get straight to the point because if not, we'll be reading the whole chapter. Wisdom of Solomon 7, verse 14.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 14. For she is a treasure unto men that never fail.
What is the sheep? That's why I was like, we'll be reading the whole chapter. What is sheep? Say it again. Wisdom. Okay. So wisdom is a treasure unto men that never fail it. Okay, read on.
Which they that use become the friends of God.
That use what? Wisdom. What is wisdom? Knowledge. What is knowledge? The knowing of the law, statutes, and commandments. So those that keep those, that do it, there's a friend loves at all times. Those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments at all times, they gain wisdom. And through their wisdom, that wisdom is going to allow them to become what? The friends of the Most High. But if we're not keeping those things and we're not trying to search those things, we're not studying those things, how do we become friends of the Most High? We can't. Read on. You got a question. Go ahead. Okay, so her question is, why is wisdom called her or she? Okay, so when you read the Bible, remember, the Bible is read, and sometimes it feels like, or it seems as if it's written in a man's point of view. And so wisdom is called a her because what's closest to make a man? His wife. His wife is real close. So the Most High says the closest thing to him is wisdom. It's like he's like, listen, well, he didn't say that the closest thing to him is wisdom, but it's like if you want to have the mind frame of the Most High, wisdom is going to get you to the closest of having that same mind frame. You have to keep the commandments in order to get it. So when we keep the commandments, the Most High gives us that ability. He enriches us with an ability to know right from wrong. And that's supposed to be very, 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 very precious unto us. It's like a man and a wife. Their closeness. A man and his wife is closer than anything. Friends. So, read on.
Being commended for the gift that comes from learning.
Right, being commended from the gift that comes from learning. So if we want to be commended for the things that we know, it's only going to come through learning. But our point in this situation is through the keeping of commandments and through the gaining of wisdom, we become friends of the Most High. True friends. Because friends, we think alike, we act alike, we talk alike, we walk alike, do things alike. We have that same mind frame. So if we become the friends of the Most High, we have his mind. We're going to walk like the Most High. We're going to talk like the Most High. We're going to do what the Most High say. We're going to be a replica of the Most High Christ. And the only way we can do that is that gift only comes through learning. So if we want that gift to become the friends of the Most High, it only comes through learning. You have to learn. And learning don't necessarily always come through just picking up a book. But it also comes through correction and listening to each other through instruction and advice. See, sometimes we think that advice is just your opinion. I don't necessarily have to take it. When we think that advice is an option, that's not true. Advice is another way of telling you that this is what you need to do in a nice fashion without saying you got to do this. Because we give each other the benefit of the doubt to say, I know you're going to listen to me, so let me give you some advice. But the problems that we face, we don't do it because we look at it as this is an option. I don't have to do what you suggest, and that's not true. We fall short, and that's why we always run into that dark tunnel, because we don't take the advice, which is it truly advice? It be instruction. We just elect not to take it. So, Luke's Wisdom of Solomon, let's get Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus 6 and verse 5.
Sweet language will multiply praise.
What's that sweet language?
The word.
The words that I speak? Okay, that's true. What else? What are the words that you speak? The scriptures. It should be. Love it at all times. It's keeping the commandments at all times. It's when you keeping the commandments, you're going to know what to say and how to say it. So it says sweet language will multiply friends. That language that you elect to speak, the scriptures supposed to multiply friends. But it does not because we take it personal. And this person becomes your enemy and not your friend because they trying to be better than you. They trying to be mean. They trying to say you not righteous. They trying to say you wicked. They trying to say that they keeping the commandments and you're not keeping the commandments. We become enemies. So it says sweet language will multiply friends. Read on.
And a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greeting.
A fair speaking tongue. That your words being choice and chosen, apples of gold and pitchers of silver, knowing exactly what to say, when to say it, increases kind greetings. But why won't it increase kind greetings? Because people get offended. And just like the sister brought out, your words don't become kind greetings because you're not correcting that person and telling them, I don't like that, put that down. No, we can't walk like that. Put that down. I'm going to need you not to do this to me or say this to me or act like this to me anymore. I don't like it. Increases kind greetings. Jump down to verse 13.
Separate thyself from thy enemy, and take heed of thy friends.
So those people that are outside of the commandments that you think is your friends, technically, they are your enemy. So it says, separate thyself from thine enemy, truly. And take heed of thy friends, meaning listen to your friends, those ones that's trying to correct you when you're wrong, advise you, and help you to be there when you need them to be. See, you want a friend that's there when you want them to be there. But a true friend is going to be there when you don't even need them to be there. I had a friend that asked me, why are you calling me? What? I don't know to either say, did the Most High bring you or somebody else told you to call me? Why are you, huh? I had to say, you don't realize I call you every day. They couldn't do nothing but laugh. Because when I said it, they was like, yeah, that's true. I call you every day. Now I call you in the midst of you having a problem. You're like, why are you calling me? Obviously, you having a problem. And I was supposed to be there. So it says, take heed of thy friends. Friends are going to be there when you think. They ain't supposed to be there because I didn't even call you, so why are you here? Did I just walk into a cloud that I didn't know about? They call it the right time. But it be the wrong time in your eyes because we pick and choose who is our friend. The Lord says separate yourself from them people that you think are your friends. The Lord calls them your enemies. Separate yourself from your enemies and take heed to your friends. Because the reason he says to take heed to your friends is because those friends are the ones that's telling you you're going down the wrong path. And if you don't stop, you're going to run into a wall. Those are your friends. Remember the examples that you all brought out. These are your words. But your words you have backwards. You have them mixed up with the wrong people. So you have to change them to the right people. Jump down to read verse 15.
Nothing do it.
I'm sorry, 14.
A faithful friend is a strong defense. And he that have found such a one have found the treasure.
Why? Why is that it's a strong defense? Because when you weak, they're going to give you ammunition. What is ammunition? Something to fight with. When you're weak and you feel like you've had it and you can't take no more, that person that comes through or that person that you think of, now you see, here's the thing. You'll think of that person, but you will not call. If you think of a person and you know you should be calling that person and talking to that person, but you just don't do it, you have to win off. The Lord has just tried to help you out of a situation. But say, for instance, you do call. That's your ammunition. That's strong defense. They're getting ready to give you more ammunition to fight with. Fight who? Satan. Let me help you through that situation you're dealing with it. Look at it like this. Don't deal with it like that. Don't say it like this. Use these scriptures. And then when you hear those scriptures, and when you hear those things that your friend is telling you, you feel boosted. You're like, oh, I can do this. I got this. And then you come out of that fight on top. But we have gotten so far into it. We have built a habit of not calling on each other to where we don't know what a friend is. So it says, and he that has found such a one has found a treasure. So you got a person like that, you better hold on to it because that person is invaluable. Verse 15, nothing do countervail a faithful friend. Nothing do countervail a faithful friend, meaning nothing is going to have this friend, nothing is going to replace this friend. Nothing is going to remove this friend. This friend is supposed to be somebody that is there all the time. And his excellency is invaluable. What's invaluable about him? What's excellent? What is his excellency is talking about? His knowledge, his wisdom and knowledge is invaluable. You can't replace the things, the teachings, the word, the advice that this friend is giving you. It's irreplaceable. The Most High call it value. But we throw it to the side like trash because we don't count this person as a friend. We count this person as an enemy. And so the things that this invaluable instruction or counsel or law that this person is trying to give you, you count it as, that's your opinion. I'm still going to do it my way. And you still fail. Verse 16. A faithful friend is the medicine of life. Why is it called the medicine of life? Because when you need help and you sick and you down and out, that person is there. And they that fear the Lord shall find him. So in order for you to get a friend like that, it only comes through the teaching of the Most High. Through the Lord. The Most High is the only person that is going to give you a friend like that. Verse 17. Whoso findeth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. Whoso feareth, Ecclesiastes 6 and 17. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. So how do you direct your friendship aright? Remember, love it at all times. And you applying the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to show your friendship. You're going to show your friend, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to do it. This is something that we should not be doing. This is not comely. This doesn't look right. Change this about you because I don't like it. Direct your friendship right. The right way is what a right means. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. So I ask my friends at times, where you learn it from? Where you get that from? Because you don't get that from I don't do that. You ain't get that from me. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. Why is that? Because if you are a friend towards one another, you're going to direct your friendship right, and you're going to show each other. You're going to be the replica of each other. You know how friends, people in the world, they call themselves being best friends. What happens? They dress alike, they talk alike, they get haircuts alike, they name their children after each other's children. They do everything. They do everything the same because they feel like we are the same. We are part of each other. We friends. We like sisters and brothers. We like inseparable. When you think about a friend, like this is my ride or die. That's how we supposed to. We're supposed to think alike, act alike, sound alike, be alike. But who is supposed to be our friend through that all? The Most High Christ. Because that's who we learn it from. Remember, Christ said, you are my friends if you do whatsoever I do. And that's how we become friends. So, if we want to be friends, we have to change our way of how we look at our friends. Ecclesiastes 28:9. Ecclesiastes chapter 28, verse 9, it says, a sinful man disquieted friends. What does disquiet mean? Disquiet means at odds, arguing all the time. And I'm at Ecclesiastes chapter 28 and 9. What I say? Oh, okay. A sinful man disquieted friends. Why is that? Because this person is trying to be your friend, but you won't accept the correction, advice, counsel, instruction, guidance, whatever the situation is. And it makes you become innocent. And you separate yourself. And when you separate yourself, y'all at odds, uproar, whatever you want to name. There's so many words to express how you are not on one accord. Should. A sinful man is disquieted. A person that's not keeping the law, statutes, commandments, just can't wrap their head around why, and this person ain't on one accord. Not my friend. I do not like what she do, how she do it, how she said X, Y, and Z. I'm just here, whatever. And if you feel like that towards somebody, it's because of sin. It's not that person. Let's get Proverbs 18. Any questions before we get this? All right, Proverbs 18 and 24. See, everybody read this? Oh, we really do.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24. A man that has friends must show himself friendly.
A woman that has friends must show herself to be friendly. You ain't friendly, how you expect to have friends? You're not keeping the law, statutes, commandments, how you expect to have friends? You don't love wisdom and love the Lord, how you expect to have friends? Friends come through the Most High. Read on.
And there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother.
Huh? Who is that friend that's sticking closer than a brother? Huh? The Lord? Okay. Police? The Lord?
I was the one that's always.
Exactly. A husband and a wife. A mother, a father. Closer than a brother. Why are they closer than a brother? Because they see you through all your faults. Everything you do. The stuff you try to hide from another sister, your husband already see it. He done saw it. And he's sitting back like, I wish they was here when you clown. But also, say it again. Proverbs 18:24, last precept. And there is a friend that's sticking closer than a brother. And I said, who is that person? Who is that person that's sticking close? Who is that friend that's sticking closer than a brother? I said a husband, a wife, parents, a mother, a father. Oh, okay. For those that are unmarried, then that person that's sticking closer than a brother will be your person that you go to that lead and guide you. And that will be the elder woman, the elder women that's in the truth that you're learning from. Because you look at them as mothers and you look at them as fathers. That person sticks closer than a brother because they see you. They know you. It's to the point where I was talking to a lady at work, and she was telling me about a problem that she was having. And I was standing there smiling, and she was like, what? I said, because you're electing to leave out some of this story. She looked at me as if I was a fly on her wall. She said, what you saying? I said, it's okay, continue your story. I said, because you're electing to leave out bits and pieces of the story, which is okay, because I already know what happened. She said, well, how do you know what already happened? I said, because I can pay attention and I listen, and the Lord gives me the spirit to understand all things. I know what happened. And when I began to spit it back at her and put the pieces together that she left out, she started crying. Because the parts that she felt that wasn't valid or she just didn't want me to know, the Most High already told me what happened in that situation. That's why the Most High will give you that spirit when you keep the commandments to understand all things. You would put a story together without them having to tell you every single thing. So, you children, your parents is supposed to be closer than your friends. You women, your husbands are supposed to be closer than your friends. Do they replace your friends? No. They just closer than your friends. And they're going to be there to help you if need be. So, any questions? All right. So, we don't have any questions. Michaela, you have any questions?
No.
So, no questions. With that, we'll say shalom.
Alrighty. Shalom, sis.